Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning. We woke up above ground. You know, this is Mr. LWO, which is Mr. Latinos with Opinions. Always have some type of opinionated questions and discussions about a lot of stuff that goes on in our day-to-day life. Uh, you know, shenanigans that goes on, and it's all that. Right now I'm at my job, and I got something that I had to do real quick before I start the job, which is check all the vehicles, make sure they all accounted for and secured. And I was just going through memory lane. I don't know if any of you go through that from time to time, because to me, that's one of the most beautifulest things about having conscience and brain is, being able to reminisce, go on memory lanes and remember, all the good, all the bad, and all the ugly, because you can't have one without the other. So you just can't always think of the good, and don't let the bad come out 1 second, or the ugly come out 1 second, because it can't be that way. Can't be that way. So you gotta be able to balance yourself, and go through it. Remember everything that you've been through. Where you made your mistakes at. Where you need your corrections at. What could have been done differently. What should have been done differently. All that should have, could have, would have stuff. But in all reality, it's like that Linkin Park song. It doesn't even matter. Nothing don't even matter right now. It don't. Because everything was just a learning life experience. And it's getting stored in your data, just like the computers are, you know, storage data. And whenever you could pick it out, whenever you could go into it and talk about it, you do it. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. But when I was going through my memory lane, I remember I started thinking about the neighborhood store that we used to go to. The neighborhood store, and it was in Elizabeth, in Eastwick, in East Jersey Street. It was a store that me and my friends used to go to. We used to go running over there sometimes, and it was on a well-known street called East Jersey Street. A well-known street. It was on a well-known street. It was on a well-known street, and we used to go over there with a handful of coupons, a handful of food stamps. We used to be over there deep. Morning with like a handful of coupons. And $50 used to look like we had a knot. $50 because, you know, the thick paper material didn't really straighten up too good like that. So a knot, $50 looked like $150. And we used to go to the stores, man, and wrapped up on so many bags of different chips, and candies and ices and ice, you name it. But anything that was new and different, yeah, buddy. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Everything that was new, we wrapped it up, and we went back. To the block and, and chilled and played and ran around and switching bikes and basically we was chop shopping bikes. We was into the bikes, so we chop shop. We was tagging bikes, you know, changing frames, changing the seats, changing the cranks, changing the mags, switching, adding on, switching, adding new pegs, you know, trying to make your bike the dopest freestyle bike it was, you know, just like how when the cars came, you know, when we got into cars, you know, it was same type of inspiration, but now it was to cars, you know, but it started with the bikes. But man, listen, those times, man, was one of your best times as a juvenile, man, as a kid. You know, that you can remember, man. Like, yeah, everything was around. Drugs was around because my boy's oldest brothers was into it heavy, you know. And I think a sister, they was into it heavy before I even knew what it was, you know. Before I even knew what it was. Before I even decided to get in it, to get with that stuff. You know? It was around. We did things differently. You know, we had to take steps to graduate. You had to graduate. You didn't, you know, skip classes in the hood without passing the other day. One grade, one course to go on to the next. You know, it was like the bicycles. You know, you went on to freestyle bikes, to the to having back brakes, to having no brakes. You know, and to having some type of pegs, to having no pegs. You know, everything was done calculated. But I enjoyed life as a kid. spontaneous, it was unpredictable, and it was fun. All the way till we started going away to the youth house, and they started taking you and sending you away. Now you was looking at this as adventure. Because I had a girlfriend when I was a kid, 14, 15. I had a girlfriend, you know, and I used to call them. I used to call them and tell them I missed them. And when I got out, they were the first ones I was going to get some love. You know? But now I was graduating into a different lifestyle, a lifestyle of hustling and making money. You know, now I was taking chances those ways. If I was going to do anything, I was going to make money, hustling. So, you know, everything had its chain of command. But I reminisce on all everything that took place in memory lane, and I wouldn't change it for nothing. I wouldn't change it for nothing. Nothing. Because it was different. If I could tell my story or explain how we did it, you know, how we did it, how I did it, and let people get inspired or learn a few things out of my books or personal experience, my documentary, my biography, you know, it's really, you know, it brings me some type of happiness, you know, because it wasn't always easy. A lot of things was pretty much hard, you know, getting along with people, trying to fit in, trying to see who and what I'm gonna, who and what. But I do have a lot of history. I have a lot of stories. I have a lot of war stories. Because I've been around. I've been around a lot. I've been around and I lasted. You know, this kid coming out of New Jersey, North, Elizabeth, etc., etc. I've been around. And something guided me and something kept me protected under his umbrella because God only knows it was a bigger picture, and He was bringing me to it. So I had to keep an open mind and be optimistic about this. You have to. So now, I go into my memory lane, and I remember the food stamps and the big changes that the food stamp brought, you know, into my life, you know, experiencing how my boy mom's, a Puerto Rican woman who was she probably was married 3 to 4 times. One pool.
Yeah, when you're by yourself, just make sure to stay at the stand. Just because if someone comes up and then there's no one here, they're gonna be confused.
They're gonna be looking
Yeah, exactly. That's 5901 here.
How you doing?
Are you checking out or you returning?
No, I'm returning. Thank you.
The can was in yesterday.
Yeah, no, I left the other day before.
So every time you come, you always gotta bring both coolers.
Yeah, both. So let me show you.
But I never seen the other one used. They was using it over there too.
Yeah. Well, so, because it's two different accounts, but they have one thing. So there used to be a sticker on this one that said Carlosimo.
Yeah.
But the way you can tell the difference, this one ends in 9290. This is the Wade one. This one says 9712.
Yeah.
This is the Carlosimo. That's how you know the difference.
So what's the Carlos model here? What is it based? What is it really for?
It's just two like accounts. It's not like that like big of a deal in the sense that
back this one up.
technically speaking, this one should be for all transactions that go on over here. So that means like if anyone's coming from like the bar, the restaurant, like it's a guest pay event, like it should only be on the Wave one because they should be giving the income. This is a different account where I think we, like Laz gets a percentage and then also the Wave gets a percentage. So this one should only be used out for the parking lot. However though, for the future, we already talked to Will about it. They want kind of like both the payments split among these two devices. So it's like, just because it's slow, I'll probably just use the Wave one when he comes in, or we'll probably just use the Wave one. And then when we leave, I'll probably just tell him to switch over to this one and then use this for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like both of them have like a period, yeah, to keep them kind of like similar. So it's like,
Also, like the reviews, both of them reviews.
yeah, exactly. Also, but yeah, I want to go over a couple of things. Just not like saying like do a bad job or anything like that, but just because since now there's like Isaiah's no longer here and he's like over at Asbury and stuff, there's like more hours available and stuff like that, and I want to give you more hours, but I have to feel confident in you to be able to like work those more hours, especially. So I just want to make sure that you know like everything with the system, and then like that you should know how to do everything properly, and then I can start giving you more hours and stuff like that. And, but for example, like before, like when you grab that, just make sure that you're making them green and tapping your name.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Do you
I
want
was going off. I usually do.
Yeah, No, I'm saying, make sure you're doing the
Conversation. I got up in a conversation.
Yeah, the back. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, in the like for example, yesterday when you and John were here, what were you guys charging cars out in the parking lot?
Charging 25.
Yeah.
25 to start.
So that's good. So the minimum that we're doing right now is 25. I'll tell you like my pricing thing. So for example, if I know it's gonna be busy, like let's say we have a very nice day of weather and stuff like that, you know it's gonna be busy. You want to start off a little bit higher, so I'll start off at like 30. A day like this, today's cloudy, it's a weekday, like you know, what I mean, I'm starting at 25. Because obviously we want to charge more, but however at the same time it's just like you know. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, in the morning I'm cool with you guys charging 25, but just be like a parent. Like let's say like you have a lot of people saying yes to 25, go up to 30, go up to 35, go up to 40. Like just like be aware of like how many cars you have coming in, and you're like, yeah, if everyone's saying yes to this, why wouldn't they say yes to this? And then just like I mean I check like because I can look on my phone like how much you guys are charging. I'll like send a text sometimes, or I'll call you guys to ask you to raise it. But just like even if you don't need me, just if you see that it's like, you need, hey, it's getting busy, it's picking up and stuff like that, you can raise the price. And like, let's just say you raise it to 35, people are like, no, I'm going to go somewhere else. But like, if it's like 5 no's in a row, you're just like, all right, I'll go back down to 30. All right. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, exactly.
But I know when it's all said and done, they can't find no. You see them circling when they end up.
Yeah, they'll come back. And when there's no parking around, they don't want to park in the garage and stuff like that. They'll always be back. You know what I'm saying? They'll always be back. So
that's when you got right there.
exactly. So yeah,
Unless we put some more knots up there, all that driveway is crazy.
Yeah.
So I was looking at that.
Yeah. Are you with like the paperwork? Because this is also important. You know how to do this.
Yeah,
right?
I'm always the one doing it.
Yeah, so just like fill it out like I do here. Obviously, if you have like a bigger event, obviously you write the details, so that's always on the schedule. But
This right here, I haven't, fully done. I started off, but I haven't, finished.
so both for the opening shift and the closing shift, you have to do two. So if you're opening, you have to do the two opening ones. So, for example, this is the wave one, and this is the Carlson one. It's for these.
Also, you have to do two separate ones?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought
Yeah.
we just did one.
We used to just do one, but now they're doing two. So the 7 to 3 people, so us right now, we do two, and then the people closing tonight, which I think is John and James, they'll also do two. So it's the same. It's similar on how to do. There's only one big difference, which I want to show you on how to do. So just if you ever kind of just forget, you can kind of look at one of the older ones and just see. But just put 590-290 set date, and then since we're 7 a.m., we're the shift one. Yeah. Oh, I think this guy came in before. So now we're standing now. It is. Oh, it's yeah, I don't know, maybe they came in.
yeah, so, that's just a little taste of memory lane. I'm at work right now, so being at work, I'm over here talking with my boss. What that? Hey, he's a bright young kid. He's Indian American, from Indonesia, the red dots. Good guy. He's just young and, you know, we all can learn from each other, whether you're young, old, each one teach one.
Yeah, so that's all the plan, but it's like 590 and then the shift one, if you're doing one shift, like if you're doing shift two, if you're doing night shift. And then put weed, when, well, you put the day, so today is Wednesday, so it's weed for Wednesday. So then I just put night, just because it was going to be clear, put your name, and then put the time, so 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the first shift, 3 p.m. to 11 if you're doing the night one. You put NA here, and then you and everyone else, you guys sign the top part, I do the bottom part, or me or Karina do the bottom part. And then it's the same exact thing on the second one. You just put Carlos Simone instead of waiting, okay? But that's for the other one, but everything else is the same. And then the part that is different is you just have to fill out the ticket group count. So if you're doing the wave one, make sure you grab the wave clover. Like I said, this is the wave one because it's 9290. Take your code, and then what you have to do. We'll do this at later when we're leaving, and we're on like 2:45, 3 o'clock. But
You put the first.
yeah, so at the top you put the value of. So we're doing $25, so it'll probably be $25. And then for the first transaction, and then you put the ticket number. To define the ticket number, you just tap on the transaction, and then it tells you the ticket number. So whatever the ticket number is, you'll write that ticket number. And then the last transaction on this one, you'll write the same thing, the value of that transaction, whether it's $20, 25, 35, 45, whatever it is.
Whatever. So now, it's at the end of the day, so it probably had to go up.
Exactly, so it could be anything.
Yeah.
But also it could be like, it could be $15 if you have You just write that number, and same thing, you go to that transaction and just write the other ticket number, and then for the morning, you can just go to reporting, and then see there's nothing right now, but it'll tell you the total. If you just go here to reporting with overview, and then go to today, it'll tell this when we have transactions, it'll tell you how much money you made over the entire day, and then you just write that in there, right there in the bottom corner right here, and then that
Total amount of everything.
yeah, because that'll be how much you made for the morning, right? And then what I just said to do here is the same thing you do on this one, but you just use the other clover. So then you just go to that one, you go to transaction, you go to the first and last one today, you write that there, then go to reporting, and then you just write the total amount. The only difference is when you're doing the night ones, like here, for example, these James did it, you have to just write the
Good morning.
Good morning.
I mean, you don't really do anything, so I'm just telling you just so you know for the future. What you're gonna do is you'll take the total of what you need in the morning and subtract that from the total of the entire night. So it's like at 11 o'clock when you check it, or like 10:55 when you check it. Take what you can look back and look how much they made in the morning and subtract that from that, and that'll show you how much you made at the night shift. You know what I'm saying?
So now,
Here, I can give you an example.
so now, hey, good morning. So now, you wrote down the morning, right? The first class you open up with 25 hours worth of tickets. Okay, now at the end of the day, you wrote the last one of the day, right? Whatever come out to, you wrote the ticket. Now, now, this is why I'm confused at. So now so now you gotta go and put on to see the total? Where do you get the total from that? Because you told me.
Showing.
Yeah, you showed me. So now.
You just go click reporting,
Yeah.
and then it tells you the total of the day.
Right there. Okay, so now you write that, and you subtract that from.
That only goes for the nighttime. You only have to do that for the night. You only have to do that for the night.
Closing.
Yeah, for closing. You have to do that for the closing. Because you have to subtract it to figure out how much you made during 3 to 11. Because this will only show you what you made the entire day. It won't show you specific time frame.
Oh.
So that's why. So that's what I'm saying. It's not like that big of a deal for you because you usually don't close.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you just gotta know.
I still got a lot, yeah. I might come and help somebody out. So that's that.
But I do. They'll make more sense later today when we're closing up, and I'll be able to show you. So, obviously, make sure you fill out the back of this. Just put your date, your location, put MOD, just put me, just put my name. And then just do this checklist. These two you can just put NA because it's like we don't have an entry or exit door, and then like the whole thing about the cars being straight in spots just because it's like a gravel lot, you know what I mean? They can't always be straight.
I always copy off the day before whoever was there. I always look at it.
Yeah, I'm just standardizing this one for now. Just do this. That's all good for the paperwork. That's all the paperwork you have to do.
There's a guy here that truck that's with the excursion. It's a diesel, yeah. Yesterday we told him. I told him what's up for occasion, John did too, but he must have convinced John. He said that good morning.
Good morning.
That he's here. He's at the hotel.
Yeah, he's staying there.
Yeah.
I remember I was here when he checked it.
But you don't want nobody touching his
Yeah.
car.
It's fine.
Yeah, you don't want nobody touching his car.
No, they already know at the front door. They're charging. They're charging. Don't worry about that. That's sure. But for the future, so if you ever have anyone like that that's just like, no, I don't want anyone touching my car or anything like that, that's just fine. Just make sure to get their name. Like just be like, sir, can I have your name? They just need to let the front desk know because we're supposed, like cars are supposed to valet, but if you're not valeting, and then just get their name. Go to the front desk, be like, hey, this person not here, they don't want to valet their car, but because we still need to charge them for the parking if they do self-park. So just go to the front desk and be like, hey, this person doesn't want to valet their car, but they're self-parking, and then just tell them their name, and then they'll just talk to them. Because my number one thing is never get into an argument with the customer. It's not worth it. Don't allow it. Just if there's ever an issue, grab me. If I'm not here, go to whoever's at the desk. Don't ever try to handle things. You guys are in the position where you guys don't need to deal with that. It's not like it's not your problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not your problem. Just if somebody's giving you a hard time, be like, let me just go get my manager for you, and then you grab a manager. That's all you gotta do.
And they always say, oh, the customer's always right.
I mean, it's not necessarily that the customer's always right. It's more that there's like proper ways to go about things, especially when there's like a conflict. And you know what I mean? You guys aren't as versed in like what you're supposed to like, you know. Because generally speaking, you guys don't know. And it's like, you know, it's not like you guys get paid. You guys aren't getting paid to deal with those things, so you don't have to. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That, like, that's what happened to Sean. Sean took it in his own hands, and then that's why he got in trouble for it. That's what I'm trying to tell everyone. Like, if you ever have some issue with something like that, grab me first. If I'm not here, you just go to the manager. They always have a manager. They'll be always be a manager on duty. That's actually. Or worst comes to worst, call Karina or call me. Just never, just be like, hey sir, man, like, let me talk to the manager real quick. You guys don't. Never deal with, but,
I could tell him he's about to get a little bit. I said, hey, you know what? I might just tell somebody that don't get him. Oh, I guess it's you, man. That white Jeep. The girl that drives that white Jeep, that's right there. She's in the corner. And she's been trying to park over there and give her problems. And she went and got somebody from here, right to you. And, you sold it, man. So you have to talk to Anthony, or he said, "Who I need to talk to? Anthony? All right." Think she works in there, or?
oh, the girl in the white Jeep. I know. I don't know.